everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Lisa from Potsiefighter, and I'm back today with another 12 by 12 scrapbook process video for you. The thing I am fussy cutting right now is a stitched piece of cardstock. Oh my goodness, let me tell you, this took me hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. So I'm sorry about the focus here. This is a Paige Evans, like a stitch template thingy. I don't know what it's called. I'm sorry. I cut it out with my silhouette. This took how many hours? I think like 7 hours or something to cut, which is crazy, but that's how long it took, and it took me forever to stitch, like seriously forever, but I love it, and this is why I'm hardly covering it up, because it took me so long to stitch this. So this is obviously my main focus on this layout, and I am using a green cardstock background. Oh my god, like this never happened before, but I did, and this is just modeling paste, and this I want kind of like a leafy, it's not floral, but it kind of is like I don't know what style this is, but I wanted this kind of flowy, curvy thingy that is going on here. So I just used the stencil 4 times in total to create a fun and interesting background on my layout, essentially. So while I'm doing that, I'm gonna update you a bit. Not update you. What am I saying? I mean, I could update you. I mentioned, I'm sorry, there is my dishwasher in the back. I really hope you can't hear that. And if you do, I'm sorry about that. As I mentioned in my last, or one of my last videos, I'm not quite sure which one it was. I was supposed to go to hospital at the at the beginning of March, and unfortunately this didn't work out because they didn't have enough beds, so I wasn't able to go to hospital. So now I have to go at the beginning of April because I can't earlier, because I have to go to a different hospital to do different things in March. So that is a very hospital filled few weeks for me. So anyways, I just wanted to update you. So if there's a lack of videos, I'm really sorry about that, but I don't really have the time to do the filming when I'm not home. But not the time, I just can't, because I'm not at home and I don't have everything that I need to film with me, such as scrapbooking supplies. So there's that piece of information. I'm sorry about the shaking. I'm just cleaning my desk real quick so I can continue working on it. And I do, however, I think I already started putting them out a ton of, I filmed, or wait, I made a ton of mini albums, and I filmed kind of not flip through, yeah, but kind of flip throughs of them, and I'm gonna publish those on Sundays here on my channel. They're just some extra videos along the way. So what I'm doing now is I took this stitched piece, I guess, and I just used some, this is foam tape, and I put foam tape all the way around it, or I'm gonna do the middle too, but right now I just did the outer edge. And I'm taking my glue, and there, I'm sorry about my head, there are some loose pieces of thread, and I'm just taking my glue and putting a piece of glue there so that the those loose pieces of thread just stay and don't become loose, and the flower kind of dissolves or something like that. So that's what I'm doing now, and I'm filling out the rest of the stitched flower thingy. I don't remember what the cut file is called. I'm sorry. Probably stitch something or something like that. I'm not quite sure. I'm sorry. So I paused the camera and I did what's it called? Heat. What is it called? Like I used Mohican to dry it with Mohican. I'm sorry. It's late. It's been a week. I'm very exhausted. And anyways, I'm just removing the back of my like the backing of the adhesive. And now I'm trying to put this down, and I got glue everywhere, like all over my hands. And yeah, it was a whole thing. So this is a photo of my dog Mary, and I'm just going through some random stuff that I recently got. I always keep that next to my desk or sometimes on my desk, so I use them because I don't want things to get into my stash, because I want to use all of the things and not grow my stash. I want to use them. And so there is just some things I went through, but I'm not going to use the sticker book. I just matted my photo on some white and teal polka dot tissue paper. This is some fun foam because I did want to pop this up. It is going to be partially on my cut file, and I just used some liquid glue because this is mixed media on my layout, or like modeling paste, and it's very textured, and the double-sided tape is not gonna stay. I thought about using this kisses, but I don't in the end. I do, however, I don't. Oh yeah, I used this super old collection from, what's it called, Pink Paisley, and it's called, what is it called, Hello Sunshine? I don't know, this is forever old, like really really old. And there are those huge acetate tags, and I do use the one that says "You make me happy when skies are gray," this one. And I I'm sorry, there's this, like this ray of sunshine that is coming in, and I use the acetate tag there. And I also use the rain boots, because when am I gonna use rain boots? Like seriously. So I just put those on there. There's gonna be a second one later on. So here's where I decided to use that tag. And I'm sorry, this is a bit off camera. I tried to use that glue pen, but that was empty, so I used my Nuvo one. I really really love this glue. I'm sorry, this is off camera, but where the word happy is, or the letters of happy, I just put some dabs, I wanted to say, of glue, and I just put that on there. I also used this. This was the perfect width. This like cloud sunshine thingy on top of my layout, and I think I'm gonna use that camera and one of those tiny word sticker things as well. But I'm also gonna use a another rain boot. It's a smaller one, and it's like a tealy color, and I don't think I use anything else. I tried out a few things, but I really wanted to have that flower cluster as a focus. So there's the other rain boot, and it really pops out because it is a green background. I'm not going to use that one, or am I? I might be. No, I don't think so. What was I saying? Oh yeah, because it is white cardstock, it is popping off the page, and I really wanted to have the focus on that cluster. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but I placed the cluster so my dog Mary is looking towards that. I was just trying out pens. I always do this on the back because then I have the color of the cardstock and I can see the color of the pen. This is just a light brown, or like a dark beigey tan colored pen. I really love this, and I gave it a slight border. And then I have oh god, is this the Flourish collection? No, the Willow Lane collection from Maggie Holmes. There's this sticker sheet with like leafage thingies, and I put those all around the flower cluster, the stitched flower cluster, and this makes it pop so much more because it is so dark and it's such a high contrast, and I really love how this looks. It's just tiny little leaves all around the stitched thingy. That is an acetate heart, and I really didn't want to stick, so I do have to force it a tiny bit. So I'm sorry about the focus. Sometimes the focus doesn't really want to work on me. Okay, there we go. So that is it, I think. It is very green. But I really love how it turned out. Here you can see all of the different colors that I used, and there's probably like hundreds of different arrows that I made while stitching. I did most of the stitching at hospital, which people looked at me funny because I'm quote unquote too young to stitch, but it was a lot of fun. So anyways, that was my layout for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!